Ladies and gentlemen, so we still have two questions here about integer exponent, which is the same thing as powers. Okay, so exponent is the same thing as powers. And in our previous videos, you can go back and check the rules that we have for those. And then let's go at it. So we have 3 times a power 0 times b power 6 times c power 4. Because as long as you have, these variables like that with no sign in between, that means multiplication. Times negative 6a times b power 0 times c power 7. All right? So we have multiplication. So multiplication of same basis, we got to add the powers. So when you multiply same basis, we add in the powers, period. Okay? So we're going then to combine like terms. That means what? 3 and negative 6 are like terms because they are numbers, they are coefficients. So we're going to multiply 3 by negative 6, which is what? Negative 18. Okay? And then we can multiply a 0 with a power 1. Okay? So somebody can say, okay, a power 0 is equal to 1, as we've seen already in previous videos. And then just consider a1 by itself. Or if we want to go with the formula here, so it's a power 0 plus 1. Okay? So we add in the powers. Okay? So 0 plus 1. And then for b, it's going to be 6 plus 0 also. 6 plus 0. And then for c, it's 4 plus 7. All right? So then we have to continue. We have negative 18. A then 0 plus 1 is 1, of course. B 6 plus 0, which is 6. And then last but not least, we have C 11. Because we have 4 plus 7, which is 11. Now, is there anything else that we can do, about this one here? Not pretty much, because negative 18, there's no number to combine with. A is by itself, B is by itself, C is by itself. They all are part of an expression that we have here. So it's negative 18, A, B 6, C 11. And then you are finished. I just put A instead of A1 because a lot of times we just don't put the 1. Okay? All right, so but it depends on the professors when they correct your test. Somebody can allow it if you put the 1 there, but most of the time we just tell you confined with everything that we do, which is the correct, universal thing to do, is just to have the A without the 1. Okay, then you are safer. All right, so let's take the second problem here. So we have negative 2 over 7 times n power negative 3 times n power 5. Parentheses times 7 times n power 3 times n power negative 6. Okay? So when we're multiplying them up, so again here, we got to consider the like term. So negative 2 over 7, which is a coefficient here, which is a fraction, times 7, which is also another coefficient. So they are like terms. So you multiply them also together. So it's negative 2 over 7, all right, times positive 7. Okay? And then you have m after that, which is negative 3 plus 3. Okay? Because the same base, powers, negative 3 and positive 3, you add them up. And then for the n, you end up with n 5 minus 6. Okay? So this is what we're dealing with. So if that's what we're dealing with, so 7 will be crossed out because here you deal with a fraction, 7 is at the bottom of the fraction, and then the second 7 is on the top. So you can, cross them out. Okay? So it's like 7 divided by 7, which is 1. So 1 times negative 2 will give you negative 2. So then you have m, negative 3 plus 3 is going to give us what? 0. And then n, 5 minus 6, which is negative 1. All right? So m power 0 is equal to what? Is 1. Anything raised to power 0 equals to 1. So you end up with negative 2 times 1 times. So what are we going to do with the n power negative 1 here? So that's something that we can work on. Remember, we do not leave negative power in our final answers when we're dealing with exponents and powers, okay? We're trying to make them positive. So because n here, negative 1 is on top, to make it a positive, we move it down. You're going to find that also in our previous videos. Please visit them. So just n or just n power 1, okay? And then negative 2 times 1 is going to give us what? It's going to give us negative 2. And then n power 1, which is n. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you are finished with this problem also, okay? So take your time, work them out. At the beginning, when you look at it, you know, we panic, okay? It's scary, but honestly, you take it, you just work it out, take step by step, and then you're going to be fine, all right? And also, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, please to subscribe, share, like, comment, and as well as your suggestions for the next topics that we're going to work on. As we are on YouTube now, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we are on Instagram, okay?